Well, hello again, everyone. Welcome to the March 21st edition of Carry Your Cross. Again, I'm so very thankful that you've chosen to be with me again today. I so look forward to sharing my time with you as well. I was in a fast food restaurant not too long ago. If I called their name, you would know exactly what this place serves. Of course, they serve Mexican food, burritos, tacos, different things like that. And we frequent there quite a bit. And what I want to focus on was when I went to the cash register. We got our food, made our way to the cash register, and there was a tip jar right there. And if you place money inside of that tip jar, doesn't matter if it's just some coins or maybe a bill or two, there was a bell right beside the cash register. So we placed some money inside of the tip jar, of course, and the lady that was behind the cash register picked, unbeknownst, I had no idea this was going to take place. She picked up a bell and started ringing the bell and said something to the effect of this patron has given a tip of some sort, made a very, very big deal. And of course, everybody in the little fast food restaurant began to clap and cheer and all that. Now, we were not wanting any recognition whatsoever. We had no idea that the bell was going to be rung. But it got me thinking on the way home. Many times we do things, do we not, in order to be recognized by someone else. Sometimes we really don't have the right intent within our hearts in order to focus on God and Him only, because we're trying to impress someone or maybe a group of people. You see, we were not trying to impress anyone. I had no idea. We were just putting money inside of this little jar. But all of a sudden it turned into a situation much bigger than we intended it to become. And in Matthew chapter 6, verses 1 through 4, this is what Jesus says. He says, "Beware of practicing your righteousness before men to be noticed by them. Otherwise, you have no reward with your Father who is in heaven. So, when you give to the poor, do not sound a trumpet before you, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, so that they may be honored by men. Truly, I say to you, they have their reward in full. But when you give to the poor, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, so that your giving will be in secret, and your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you." So the principle here is well made. What we do here upon this earth is not about us. It shouldn't be trying to impress others or maybe a certain individual. We're always to do what we do in honor of who Christ is in the midst of our hearts and lives. And if the only motivation for our generosity is the praise of others, then we need to check the intentions that are very deeply embedded within each of our hearts. And it isn't just giving that Jesus has in mind here. A little later, right here within chapter 6, he also talks about praying as well as fasting. So other things even come into the picture here in regard to us as believers focusing upon Christ. Out here in the country, sometimes we see a barn, or maybe you've seen a barn with a weather vane on it. And of course, that weather vane points to from which direction the wind is blowing. So at the same time, we have to ask ourselves, are we living for the approval of God, or are we simply seeking the approval of others? And see, our attitude is just like that weather vane. Our attitude points to really what the intentions of our hearts really are. It either points toward the true spiritual integrity or empty religiosity. It's either holy in regard to speaking about our intentions, or it's hollow. So I pray today that no matter what decision you're making, no matter what is going through your mind today in regard to the future, or no matter what you're praying about or fasting concerning, or maybe if you go into this same restaurant and give a tip in order to hear the bell rung. I pray that if focus is upon you and trying to impress others, that you would say, Father, listen, I realize it's not about me. It's not about someone else. This life is all about you. Simply stay humble. Simply point everyone to Christ, especially in today's world where there seems to be more questions than answers. You understand as a believer that Jesus Christ is the ultimate answer to our every question. So instead of trying to impress others or maybe a group of people, always point to Christ. Always say, Father, it's always about you, and I'm going to point others to you no matter the situation or circumstance. Until next time, this is Pastor Lane Collins right here at Mount Calvary Baptist Church. I bid you peace. I bid you love. And if you are a believer today, I pray that you will continue pointing others to Christ as you carry your cross. On the other hand, if you have never embraced Christ as your personal Lord and Savior, I pray that you will do so today, and today will be your day of salvation. Until next time, God bless you.